I have to say this car is put together rather well. It's quite an attractive package. Normally don't get too excited about the French cars, but I have to say the layout of this dashboard really is quite special. I'm going to do a 0 to 60 test. 3, 2, 1, go. Well, that was a bit of a struggle. Okay, well, the first thing I'm going to pick up on this car is the steering. Even though the steering is quite responsive, it does move about, if you give it a slight shake, a slight wiggle of the steering wheel, the car rolls all over the place, but it rolls over too much. Now that's an issue for me, because if I've got to do an emergency swerve in this vehicle, I want the car to conform and be compliant with my commands of the steering wheel. A car that rolls around this much is going to be impossible to control, and I'm not going to want to do an emergency maneuver in this vehicle at 60-70 miles an hour down a motorway. Now the actual steering itself is very light. This car has enormous wing mirrors, which is great, we like that, lots of big vision, and the rear view vision is probably the best I've come across in a vehicle yet, and believe me, that's saying something. The dashboard, having the speedo in the centre here is fantastic. It means it's not going to be obstructed by the steering wheel, and you get to put the steering wheel where you want it to be. You've got your sat nav screen there, centre console, very basic, automatic gearbox, good location. This is a nice tidy little outfit, this car. It's not by any means a road rocket obviously, but it's nicely put together and it feels a lot better made than a lot of these Japanese counterparts. Now this vehicle hasn't even done 3,000 miles, and I must admit the wind wipers make an absolute racket, which is a bit irritating to be fair. This car has an enormous sunroof, it has a hell of a lot of headroom, it floats along the road effortlessly, it's a nice pleasant drive, the braking system is good, the steering, as I say, is responsive. So the only fault I can find with this car is the fact that it just shakes around too much. It would be nicer to see a vehicle like this with a sturdier suspension, maybe a sportier shocks. I think you're going to compromise some of your comfort, but a simple wiggle test when we drive, and that's just too much. There's too much boating about there. That's a serious concern for me. The visibility all round on this vehicle is rather good. I mean, you've just got more windows, and I think you've got steel on this car. It's certainly going to be a good car to ferry passengers around in, and it seems to handle speeds quite well on a motorway, so it's quite a comfortable cruiser. But this isn't the sort of car you're going to have the power to overtake a motorway, overtake a lorry on a motorway or something like that. So if you are thinking about getting one of these and you are going to be using it long haul, I think you're better off going for the biggest engine possible. It's not a great car, this, by any means, but it's certainly well put together, and I think Renault have done a very good job. I think at the moment, when it comes to the French cars, Renault are the ones who have really got their act together.